Hey, my name is Hillary Smith, and today I'm going to be going over fab number 7 from the Fab 50 slides from Dr. Hunter's class. And as you can see, this is called the slide. This is the strategic marketing planning process, and probably one of the most important and fundamental things to learn and take away from the Fab 50. So I'm going to go over this below. So the marketing strategy centers on proposing value to targeted customers and should be tailored to market opportunities using customer insights afforded through qualitative and quantitative analysis. So this is really important to understand the market and how you should tailor those opportunities to your customers. So I'm going to start on the far left, and these are the 5 C's. So customers are the people, obviously, that you're interested in your target market. Competitors, so understanding who your competition is, either directly or indirectly. Your company, so it's just a little bit more about your company itself, the details and information about it. Your collaborators are basically your supply chain, so suppliers and distributors, and context. So this is going to include areas such as political, economic, social, technology, and environment. So using the PESTLE acronym. Moving more to the middle, so you have your STDM. So segmenting is when you're going to just divide who you're going to focus on based on common characteristics. Targeting is deciding on which in those segments that you're going to focus and kind of nuance your product or service. Differentiation is basically what you have that your competitors don't. And the little arrow that kind of swings over into the 4 P's is positioning. So basically it's how you're positioned in the mind of your consumers. So moving to the far right is product, place, price, and promotion, which is the 4 P's of marketing. And in the middle, you'll see the target market. And product is obviously your product itself, your place, so it's going to be where you're selling this product or service, where the transactions are taking place. Price is obviously you're going to want to identify what that price looks like for your product or service, and promotion, so how you're getting the word out about your product. And obviously these are all centered around the target market. The 4 P's are all interchangeable, so they don't have to be done in any order. And then as you can see, there's an arrow at the bottom leading back to the 5 C's. So this process should be continuous. It should always be adapted to the market, and it's always something that you're going to want to revisit as you go through the process. So for this slide, I'm going to go over the 5 C's of Mercedes-Benz. The first one is customers. So right now they're focused on 25 to 45-year-olds and baby boomers with a more emphasis on lifestyle. Competitors, BMW, Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen, just to name a few. Their company itself, they're a German-based company founded 94 years ago. They have 93 offices worldwide. They manufacture cars in 17 countries on 5 continents, and they're distributed all over the world. As of right now, they have invented 6 impactful automotive technologies that are still in existence today. And China is their biggest market with 28% of sales, followed by the US at 14% and Germany at 14%. As for collaborators, they're working to advance their CASE, which is the Connectivity, Autonomous, Shared, and Services and Electric Strategy, by working with their supplier network to make more intentional and flexible international focus and placing greater emphasis on localization. So hiring and servicing those types of technological advances within those local communities that they are distributing their product. In addition to expanding its 2,000-strong global network of suppliers, they are pursuing policy of sourcing parts wherever its vehicles are produced to minimize its vulnerability to political developments such as trade conflicts. And it ties into context. They're also shifting to eco-friendly cars, part of that environment focus, policy developments to make sure that those cars are servicing the policies in each country, and also an increase in technology for car safety and features. So this next slide is going to focus more on the STDM. So the segment is luxury automobile market for sedans and SUVs, both at the high and low end market segments. And basically when it comes to the targeting portion, they introduced a lot of different levels of the market. So they introduced a C class for the low end of the market, E class for a mid-size luxury car, the S class for a high-end luxury vehicle, and SL for sports cars. So this kind of breaks it up into different groups, as I mentioned before. Differentiation, so they're really focused, like I mentioned, on technology. So right now they have a few different features, such as Mercedes Me, which is remote parking via your cell phone app. Digital light technology, which displays lights on the road, such as turn signals, to help improve safety for other drivers and pedestrians. Positioning, so once centered on the safety, luxury, and precision engineering of their cars, now their marketing strategy has shifted to more of a lifestyle oriented and is focused more on presenting the more fun loving, approachable, and energetic side of Mercedes. So next I'm going to focus on the 4 Ps. The first one is product, so it's obviously a Mercedes brand of cars and SUVs. Place, they have their own line of dealerships that you can purchase from. Price, they're a premium luxury vehicle. Depends on the car type, but there are more offerings as mentioned under the targeting section as there previously was before. Promotion, they spend a lot on advertising events such as golf, tennis, and New York Fashion Week, which I'll show you in the next slide. And then also too, as far as promotion goes, as you can see in the photo above, this is The Weeknd, and he was actually used to attract a younger audience with the campaign to promote the first electric SUV vehicle that Mercedes-Benz has come out with. So they used him to kind of attract that younger audience. Another slogan that they're coming out with is "Just Like You," which focuses on what makes the car unique. And I think this is really cool because they're actually trying to tie in people who are living in the digital era to understand their preferences, their needs, and their characteristics, which is why, again, what really differentiates them is the use of technology that they are building in their cars. And also too, like I mentioned previously in the company section of the 5 Cs, Mercedes-Benz is known for having innovative and technological advances when it comes to like the automotive industry. Again, these 4 Ps are interchangeable, so they don't need to occur in any order. And this process does repeat itself and will be continuously evolving over time, just like we experienced. As I mentioned on the previous slide, they're very impactful when it comes to sponsorship and events and immersive use of the brand. So the top photos all represent different sponsorship that they have with golf, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, and then also a lot of tennis events. And at the bottom, they have the AMG racetrack that you can actually drive some of their high performance sports cars. And the photo in the middle is actually one of their immersive studios, so you can actually touch the product, get inside the car, and kind of really see how it feels. And then on the right, they have a lot of partnerships with brands for a lot of different products. As you can see from this presentation, Mercedes is definitely a lot more than just cars. They want to immerse people in the brand digitally at events, with products, and a lot of services that they provide. All of these different points touch on the slide in the strategic marketing planning process. Again, this is interchangeable and it's a consistent cycle. So Mercedes is definitely going through that rebranding process of finding out who their real true customer is, what the environment looks like, where there's opportunities for them, how they can reposition themselves in the mind of the consumer. And as you can see here, this is actually one of their first autonomous cars that they're working to build out for the future. So continuing to evolve in the technological space will be able to push them forward and give them the success that they're looking for.